Welcome to Provitalks, where nature and science blend to inspire you. Discover the latest in technology, sustainability, and trends in the cosmetics world, thanks to Provital. Let's care together for our industry's commitment to the people and the planet. Provital. Do care.
Welcome to this special edition of Provitalks, a podcast specifically dedicated to explaining the market opportunities that a stem cell-based ingredient with activity against skin senescence can offer. Here at Provital's marketing department, together with our well-known global beauty trends manager, Anna Balaguer, we have studied the best ways to take advantage of this blend of concepts in the current and future markets, in order to inspire our clients in possible ways to take advantage of our latest launch, Altheostem, a well-aging active that selectively induces senolysis on those senescent skin cells that produce most of the aging signs of our skin. So, welcome, Anna. I am delighted to have you here once again and that you are able to give us some global market context as well as exemplify this context with the trendiest final products and brands that are kicking it right now.
Super happy to be with you again, Clara.
Well, we all know that humans have long harbored an obsession with living forever, right? However, that long-standing appetite for life, like we would say, has never been desired at any price. In fact, the more the worldwide population aging phenomenon intensifies, the more health takes a central stage and the approach to aging gets more holistic, seeking balance in body and mind. In response to this increased interest of this type of healthy fix for aging among older consumers, brands across consumer health have taken different approaches to leverage this preventative health. One very trendy approach to healthcare innovation is the so-called biohacking movement, which is basically an umbrella term that encompasses a bunch of scientific reasoning and philosophy for good measure in order to prevent some of the diseases that appear in our body when we age. Well, Anna, I think that given the forecasted growth predicted for this biohacking market, which is studied to be almost 20% more than what it is now by 2028, we definitely have an opportunity here for the beauty market. Have you seen any new launches tackling this concept specifically?
Sure, Clara, as you mentioned, health and wellness, physical and mental, are at the forefront of the social conversation today. We are witnessing not only the appearance of a lot of interesting products that tackle this concept, but also application techniques that can be used with any product. For example, you know that the Japanese, they care a lot not only about the product, but how they apply this product. And the brand Kose has launched this Omoayari method, I have to read it, that helps to support this skin and mental health. And they have evaluated the benefits of using this method whenever you apply a product. And they measure, that they are really advanced scientifically, they measure the brain waves and the oxytocin in the saliva. Having a good night's sleep also, it's essential for our healthy appearance and to feel good. But our agenda is so hectic and complicated sometimes that usually you don't sleep enough. So Decorte, which is another Japanese brand, has launched this last September. They launched this advanced repair cream that even if you are sleep deprived, your skin will look as if you had slept 3 hours more. So it's a really interesting concept. In China, for example, another hot concern amongst the consumers is the acne. So the acne, it's a problem to have this healthy skin. And brands are really using and upgrading their products to offer this instant and long-term solutions related to this acne. Like Make Sense, which launched this effective anti-acne day and night point-coated gel. Such a long name, by the way. In a dual airless, you know that in China, they love this concept of multiple chambers. It's something that we are mentioning a lot in our latest trends presentations. So this dual airless contains 2 formulations, one for day and one for night. Also, balancing the microbiome, something that we know perfectly well. It's non-stop growing in interest.
Yeah.
There is a new brand that it's called DWB that has 155,000 followers in Instagram, that has launched a product that it's called Bow Glow that combines pre, pro, and postbiotics, and they have created a skin cycling method, which is a night cycle routine to increase the diversity of the microbiome.
Oh, wow.
And finally, of course, stress. You know that stress is a well-known source of this unbalanced skin. This term of unbalance, it's really, really popular also in Asia, so keep that in mind. Selfmade is a brand that has launched Corrective Experience Comfort Cream, that it's a cream that targets irritated and reactive skins because of this stress. And they claim, these guys from Selfmade, they claim that it is a mental health approved product so that it reduces the stress and it increases the endorphins. They claim also that they are the first emotionally intelligent brand.
What a claim. Honestly, all these products sound amazing to me. But let me say, if there's no mention to the so-called biohacking movement, then maybe Provital here went ahead of this holistic health trend when developing this dermohacking ingredient that is Altheostem, right?
For sure.
Plus, the emerged success of the biohacking concept in healthcare also goes hand in hand with unprecedented scientific advances that are occurring in the anti-aging field per se, particularly with the discovery that the rate of aging is controlled by genetic pathways and biochemical processes conserved in evolution, such as the famous cellular senescence. So, Anna, have you seen any products in the beauty market that target skin senescence lately?
If you remember, Clara, in our latest Beauty Trends presentation, we learned about a new interesting brand that has been created by 4 PhD women. It's something that I mention constantly. This brand is called One Skin. They still have a short portfolio, but they are starting to use the senescence concept. They claim, for example, that they are not a skincare company, but a longevity company.
I love that.
And did you know, Clara, that Brad Pitt has launched a range of beauty products called Le Domaine?
Honestly, no, I didn't know.
So Brad Pitt, who really doesn't need anything to be beautiful, but in any case, he has launched this range that it's called Le Domaine. It's quite expensive, by the way. And in some of the communications, they mention also the senescence. And finally, another example of the some are found on the market. It's this Formula 9 version 8 of a cellular repair treatment oil by the British lab 1611 that also highlights regulating the senescence as one of the key benefits of the product. And by the way, the guys from lab 1611 try to use easier names because it's really difficult to remember this name. So we see that senescence is an emerging claim and really, really promising.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I completely agree. On the other side, if we talk about the importance of science-backed claims, I think we must look at dermocosmetics market growth these past years. It has experienced a notable growth to probably the credibility that dermocosmetic brands bring to the consumer. These brands leverage these science-backed claims and are very ingredient-based, what definitely gives them a greater perception of safety, efficacy, and transparency, and now a larger pool of potential users. So, Anna, how do you think brands should respond to such a science of it consumer?
Of course, with a lot of education, definitely, which is something that brands are already doing. And educating consumers does not mean it has to be boring. So many brands, for example, are using TikTok to educate the consumer with the funny videos, the music, or using doctors as influencers. By the way, if you are targeting Generation Z, TikTok is the place to be. They don't Google, they TikTok everything. So for these really young consumers that are absolutely digitally savvy and have more natural preferences, it is really important that the brands are transparent and inform them about the benefits of using certain extracts, actives, and even the brands that have the chance to perform their own in vivo tests, I mean, the brands that have the money to invest here, it is also essential to show results, not only figures, but also pictures. If you visit any retailer in the US, for example, all the major brands display their own in vivo test results in their communication. So it's easier to stand out from the crowd, so many brands. The brand that we have mentioned previously, for example, One Skin, shows in their website amazing before-after results on their in vivo tests. Or Good Molecules, a super transparent brand that, by the way, we visited in San Francisco last time we were there. They displayed the complete quantitative formulation, but they also showed the results of their in vivo tests. And interestingly, they also do something that it's growing also as a trend, that show how the products look like on different skin tones. So before spreading the product, how it looks like on different skin tones. We see that there are many plant-powered brands also on the beauty industry. For example, Herbivore, that has been there for a while. It's a brand that, as they claim, believes in the power of nature and brings products that are safe, truly natural, and highly effective. So products that they have their own clinicals. Or simple as that, now we go to Australia. It's a brand that has been created by a pharmacist. It's organic, fair trade, vegan, etc. And finally, Dr. Alkaitis. It's an all-organic skincare range that has been created by a holder of a PhD in physical chemistry, which is something that we also suggest brands to highlight, all the science behind the products. The prime interest of this guy was about ethnopharmacology. So the study of how indigenous people use wild plants for medical purposes. So all this knowledge, now it's transferred to the beauty industry. And you know that being proud of your origins, mentioning the origins, it's a super trend also in many countries.
Yes. So from what you say, consumers are paying more attention to ingredients than ever before. They will research ingredients to understand their effectiveness now and their origin. And as far as I got, sustainability concerns in terms of product and ingredient obtention remain high. So here, innovative obtention technologies that are bringing engineered or lab-grown ingredients to a new level, which is particularly visible in the well-aging category, where the global number of stem cell-based products launches have increased by almost 15% since 2018. So, Anna, what do you think brands could do to take advantage of the enormous ecological benefits of lab-grown ingredients on consumer attraction, on this education that you were talking about?
Yeah, for sure. Those brands that use this kind of ingredients have a really powerful storytelling in terms of sustainability to communicate to their consumers. And again, to mention the education, how helpful social media can be here to produce funny but engaging messages around the need to be as much sustainable as possible. And the options that the industry is providing now, like the wonderful stem cells, responsible sourcing, and amazing results at the same time. So it's about being sustainable and communicating this sustainability.
Yes. Being sustainable and being visual also on your communication, right? In terms of what types of communication and education materials you create.
Sure.
So any practical examples that you have seen in any of the markets you recently visited in this field?
Fortunately, there's a lot of options. I have chosen here one brand that seems to appear in all our trends presentations, which is Heckles, because they are really doing very nice things in terms of sustainability. In this case, they have revealed that they are using their own stores to cultivate their own ferments. So Heckels has a policy of small batch releases. That's why it allows to have these small quantities in their own brand stores. So they are really taking advantage of any space to produce these ferments. Ule Beauty, it's a brand created by Shiseido, and they claim literally that they are the first skincare brand to use vertical farming, an agricultural and technological breakthrough in terms of eco-responsibility, efficiency, and safety. This eco-farming has been created in partnership with Tower Farm, that it's a company that develops this urban agriculture method or model through responsible local production. It's indoors, they use 95% recycled water, and it's 100% pesticide free. And if you see the pictures, it's really, really amazing. And in 2021 also, there's a brand that it's called Make Beauty, that they relaunched all the brand with a new biotech approach to an ingredient formulation that they call it Lenny, which is lab engineered, stands for lab engineered natural ingredients. On their website and the social media accounts, the brand emphasizes that this approach to ingredient sourcing can help address many of the sustainability concerns, like using the natural resource limitations, the plant species endangerment, overconsumption, crop variability.
Wow. Really, really interesting approaches here. Really. On another note, the data revolution that we are living in brings many opportunities to the beauty industry too, I think, along with these hyper efficacy that we were talking about. All over the world, consumers' personalization concerns are evolving to go beyond tailored skincare. At present, personalization is only about using probably artificial intelligence to guide consumers to either tailored advice or product matching. However, it is through selective mechanisms of actions, such as the elimination of senescence skin cells, which is called senolysis, as I mentioned before, that a beauty product will be able to address the specific needs of each person's skin by selectively targeting only the damaged cells. Thus, a move from bare personalization to a next level selectivity. Plus, if that mechanism of action comes from a biotechnological active ingredient like Provital's Altheostem, then it's hyper-efficacy, hyper-selectivity, and sustainability all in one. Besides, it's not the first time that at Provital we make use of artificial intelligence to make new and disruptive claims or with one of our care actives. So obviously, Altheostem couldn't be less, and our R&D team performed an AI-based in vivo analysis that thoroughly detected the decrease on apparent age of all volunteers, a decrease created by this selective senolytic effect. This product by itself brings new opportunities to make hyperselectivity sustainable and scalable from a business perspective and from a final product perspective. For example, Anna, by virtue of using Altheostem, a brand could take that high-tech personalization narrative to the next level by creating a simple app that calculated, for example, the apparent age of users, which through a simple algorithm, it was able to calculate the number of days that the user should be applying the product, right? And to reach that healthier and youthful skin, whichever the communication was. So do you think, do you have any examples of a very niche or disruptive brands or products that are tackling personalization with this kind of innovative approach, more or less?
Clearly, as we have been mentioning, personalization is something consumers love. It's really essential in the case of Generation Z, and now we are starting to talk about Generation Alpha also.
Yes.
They have the perception that using a product that has been exclusively developed for them, it's better, and it creates this loyalty, engagement, and safety. And artificial intelligence now, it's becoming more and more a usual tool, not only to personalize, but also to track the evolution of the user. For example, super top Japanese brand Orbis has launched this Skin Routine. It comes from routine and technique, that it's a new skin consultation service on their existing Orbis app. They already have an app and they are constantly improving and sophisticating this app. Now it allows this tracking the skin condition using artificial intelligence on their photos, so you can see your evolution. They include also a chatbot 24/7 for advice and product recommendations. While if consumers prefer in real life consultation, they have these people available from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And they will also get personalized how-to videos for each skincare course they decide to use. So super mega personalization using artificial intelligence. Microbiome specificity is also one approach that some brands are using. For example, Pure Culture Beauty, they claim, we can take a swab of your skin and tell you exactly which microbiomes are living on it, which ones are feeding the good conditions on your skin and which ones are taking away from that. So they can help this specific solution for you. And finally, as we have seen in the latest beauty trends presentations, we have mentioned a brand that is super interesting. It's called Veracity, that they are using the concept of personalization based on the hormonal levels that really we know have an impact in our skin condition.
That is truly amazing. Such strong claims, honestly. Well, Anna, we've come to the end. Thank you very much for your specific insights, as always, and super interesting examples.
Nice to be here again.
Yes, we hope that our listeners enjoyed it as much as we did, and that they find in our conversation a form of inspiration for their potential projects. Thank you all very much, and until next time.
Thank you for listening to this edition of Provitalks. We hope you got some source of inspiration to create and spread your own kind of beauty. For further information, subscribe to our podcast or visit our website at weareprovital.com. Provital. Do care.